Okay, welcome to Sixth Study Circle. Yeah.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ It's my honor and pleasure to be here and the whole session will be for you. You guys will be asking questions, you will be giving your input and sky is the limit. You can ask anything as when you go to in the schools with your class fellows in this plural society, you face so many questions about our faith, about our culture, about our practices, about our way of life. And certainly you all should be well equipped to answer those questions, right? Actually, sing has two meanings, usually it is interpreted as. In a simple word, who is the king of the wildlife? When we say, which animal we say is the king of the jungle? Lion, right? So lion, sing means lion. And when we say sing, it means fearless like a lion. As is Sikh. Can anybody tell what does the word Sikh means when we say we are Sikhs, I am a Sikh? It's not a Sikh as mostly Americans, to make Americans understand, will say Sikh. No, we are Sikh, right? Can anybody tell what does Sikh means?
To be fearless?
That is a characteristic of a Sikh. That is a quality of a Sikh or a distinctiveness of a Sikh. But what does Sikh means? As we all are learning from each other, right? We are sitting, it's not I'm giving some preaching to you guys, I'm learning from you as well. So that is always in our human mind, human soul. We always, until the last breath, we try to learn something, right? We try to seek the truth. We try to learn as a student. And Sikh means seeker after the truth, or a learner, or a disciple, or a pupil, right? Where we are trying to learn something, trying to grasp something. There is so much around, so much to appreciate. Look at the nature, skies, stars, galaxies, cosmos on our earth, where it have anyone watched Discovery Channel, or do you watch Discovery Channel? You know how many new things we know, that how much variation is in the nature and how vast is the nature. And that is our learning quest, not about the outside world, but even inside. That how precious human life is, how deep our soul is, what is the purpose of life, why we have come into this world, how we can make our life as a very useful life, how we can be of help to the others, how we all human beings, human race are a one family. Nobody knows better than that, than as compared to what is happening these days. What is happening these days around the globe, which is a fear factor everywhere. Some states are declaring emergency, some flights are being cancelled, some countries are being cordoned off. What is happening in the world? Coronavirus, right? Coronavirus. Though it is a fear, it is a scare, but still that is making us realize one thing. What it is making us realize? That we all are human beings and we are connected with each other. If not by nobility, if we have not learned the noble traits, that how to love each other, how to be in harmony with each other, we have not been able to stop the wars and conflicts and all. But again, nature has reminded us that if a misery comes, if a negativity happens, we all get affected, no matter it started from one province in China, Wuhan, where it went. Today, 90 plus countries, people there, they are suffering, and it's happening all over. And that is where we try to understand that this planet on which we all exist, how much is population of now?
7.7 billion.
Yeah, more than 7.5 billion people on this planet. And how we are bound with each other through nature. When we say, have you heard about the wildfires in Amazon and in Australia and everywhere? And that is where we started learning that how what we have done to the nature around, how it is coming back to us. We all, even in America this time, it was the worst kind of fires in California and all, they had to declare emergency. So anyway, coming back to, so Sikh is a learner where on one hand we are attuned with ourselves. And can somebody tell what does guru means? Once we say guru, what does guru means? One is, yes, in Guru Granth Sahib, guru represents God as well. But when we say, how many gurus in Sikhism, when we say that how many gurus we have? 10 gurus, 10 gurus. In our lives, we have to see that when we say that we are learners, we seek the truth. And then on one hand, we explore the world of our own with the nature, with the wildlife, with the things. But we know that we have a limitation. Our thinking is limited. We can't think beyond much. But Guru, when we remember 10 gurus or we follow the teachings of 10 gurus, Guru Granth Sahib, and the teachings of Guru Sahibaan or Guru Granth Sahib we call as Gurmat. Mat means intellect, right? And Guru means dispeller of the darkness in our mind. One darkness is in outside world. We see darkness, we have a battery, we have a light, we have now with our cell phones also we can make light. But in our inside, when we have quest for the truth, we feel darkness. We feel that we have no direction. And what we look towards Guru Sahib, Guru word has come from the Sanskrit language, which means dispeller of the darkness, buster of the darkness, right? So Guru is light. Guru is what tells us how to live our lives smoothly, how we can have happiness in our lives, right? And that is why we follow Gurmat, whatever are the teachings of the Guru. And that makes us Sikh of the Guru. When we follow the teachings of the Gurus, even if we falter, if we are weak, we with our folded hands again stand before Guru Granth Sahib or in our own homes, we pray to God, oh God, give us strength, give us light. If we are making errors, if we are doing something wrong, please guide us. Please take us from darkness to light, from weakness to strength. That is what it means to be a Sikh. So, first thing that you all should be proud of, that we come from that faith. So 550 years ago, Sikhism, when Guru Nanak Sahib was born, we consider the birth of Sikhism from the day Guru Nanak Sahib came into this world, right? And in this 5.5 century time, we have gone through a lot of troubles, lot of confrontations, but we have come out stronger out of it. No power on earth through tyranny have been able to silence us. And that is the strength of the Sikhi. When Guru Gobind Singh Sahib, who gave us these last names, Singh and Kaur, which Guru? 10th Guru, right? Now we have already discussed what does Singh mean. Singh on one hand is lion, and on other Singh is as like in United, you in your school must have read the Declaration of Independence of United States. With what words the declaration begins? What are the beginning words of? We all men are created equal, right? Created equal. So that is where, as we in this great country, United States of America, we believe that we are sovereign, but real sovereignty comes from Almighty God itself. When God created this world, He didn't create higher or lower, richer or poor, or Brahman and untouchable. No, we all men are created equal. And that is where the sovereignty comes of the God. Similarly, Singh also means sovereign. As in our native language, for the throne, the word we use is Singhasan. Singhasan means Singh Asan. Asana of the Singh, where a Singh sits. So as a lion is independent in a forest, so Singh in this world can't be subdued by anybody else. It is like sovereign, right? So, firstly, you all should be proud that we are born in Sikh families. That is the first pride we should have. Then, we should be proud that our faith, our philosophy is not inconsistent with the way of life of the other society. For us, there is discipline in Sikhism, but as is the very philosophy of Sikhism, ਹਸੰਦਿਆਂ ਖਲੰਦਿਆਂ ਪਹਿਨੰਦਿਆਂ ਖਾਵੰਦਿਆਂ ਵਿਚੇ ਹੋਵੇ ਮੁਕਤ, that being in a family, enjoying the bliss of life, wearing good dresses, eating good food, having happiness all around, still we can realize the ultimate truth. Still we can reach the level of salvation. That is the philosophy. It's not that we have to run away from the lives in a forest, be a hermit or a nun, or just leave the pleasures of life to go for it. That is the beauty of Sikhism. All the 10 Sikh gurus, they were householders. They had their families, they had their kids. And they are the ones like Sahibzadas of Guru Gobind Singh Sahib. 4 Sahibzadas, when it came to the time came to stand for the values of truth and justice, they put their lives first. And that showed that what does Sikhism mean. So we belong to that community, that faith, which has all the richness of the thing. And when I said that fearlessness, as with the lion, and I mentioned about who is the king of the skies? Eagle. Now, have you seen some portraits of Guru, as during the Guru Sahib's times there were no cameras, so we don't know how the Gurus looked. It is the imagination of the artists that how do they paint. But when you see Guru Gobind Singh Sahib, what do you see in those pictures? What the artists have?
Eagle on his shoulder.
Yeah, eagle is on the shoulder and he is riding the horse, right? And there is a eagle. Now, eagle that represent, and when we even address Guru Gobind Singh Sahib was with love, in our native Punjabi we say, Neele de Shah Sawar, Amrit de Date, Bajan Wale. Now, these all words, when you learn more Punjabi, and that is very important. Now, I asked Kuldeep Singh ji that in which language I should speak. I would have loved to speak in Punjabi, but I know most of you think in English, so I am coming up with, you have to learn Punjabi. As if you want to know Punjabi, how you will read Guru Granth Sahib's Bani, how you will know that how rich our faith and traditions are. Translated works are always nowhere near the original ones. I do feel that this is important, that we should learn our Punjabi language as well. So now, Guru Gobind Singh Sahib, which gave us these 5 articles of faith, our Khalsa being, and fearlessness. Now, eagle represents that nobody can beat. In the sky is the eagle. So Sikh should have and when we say that a Sikh is a Sant Sipahi. Have you heard this word, Sant Sipahi? Saint soldier? What does it mean, saint soldier? When we say कि Sikh Sant Sipahi hai, Khalsa Sant Sipahi hai, what does it mean? That means that a Sikh should have the wisdom of a saint and the courage of a soldier, right? So these two things, these make our personality in sync with the world. When we say saint, wisdom of a saint, that is the inner richness, which is your spiritual excellence. And when it comes to courage, courage is very important. Courage to stand for righteousness, for the right things. You don't have to dither away when some challenge comes. You shouldn't be thinking of your own lives then. Then it should be that whatever if somebody is in trouble, there is a fire around and something, then a Sikh should think of, without caring for his own life or his own, that how he can help others. Similarly, you must have seen that how even in present times, Sikhs, our young Sikhs, particularly in the organizations like United Sikhs or Khalsa Aid, you must have seen that how they have reached out everywhere. It may be earthquake in Haiti, it may be tsunami there in Indonesia and other parts. Now the riots in Delhi, before something happening to Rohingya Muslims, they all are there with their langar, with their food, with the medicine, with the all. And the world knows how this small community with very little resources, without caring what is the race or religion or color of the person affected, they are there to help, right? That is what it means, courage, giving. Can somebody tell what are the three basic principles of Sikhism which we cite that what Guru Nanak Sahib taught us what to do? Three basic principles. Naam japo, you always be thankful as God has given us this beautiful body, beautiful parents, beautiful home, beautiful food, everything we have in abundance in our day-to-day life. Let we be thankful. Kirt karo, earn your bread with the sweat of your blood, with honesty. Be honest, whatever you are doing. If you are a student, be an honest student. If you are working in a store, be honest at that place, at your work, wherever you are. You should make sure that the food which you will be eating should come with the honest labor, no cheating, no deception, no deceiving. And one choko, even though you have made money through your hard work, don't think of yourself. Still share it with the needy. So when you will grow and you will find yourself, all these truths, what I have said or the others may be saying about Sikhism, you'll feel very proud that we belong to a faith which is the blessing of the God, and Gurus has been so kind and merciful to bestow us with so many gifts. Sometimes we are thankless that we don't appreciate, we run away from the truth, we run away from the Sikhi way of life. And believe me, once you do some of you must have heard about a Sikh policeman in Houston, Texas, who died on the line of duty. What was his name? Yes, Sandeep Taliwal, right? You must have seen, there are thousands and thousands of policemen around the globe, and hundreds of them get killed every month on line of duty. But why Sandeep Singh Taliwal was so special that the whole of, as if Texas and America was paying tribute, how all, as not only he was doing his duty, in his off time, in his off hours, he was helping others as well. Even if somebody came up with any racial slur or any nasty comment, still he was smiling and trying to explain that what does it mean to be a Sikh. So Sikh is a fragrance. Believe me, we are not another religion. So it may think there are 1.5 billion Muslims in this world, over 2 billion Christians, and so many Hindus and so many Buddhists. Even if we are one of the religions, what difference does it make? All religions, they have truth in them, and try to understand what God is. We are the fragrance. That is why our Guru Sahib didn't tell us that go and knock at the others' doors and tell them, oh, our faith is the best, doors of heaven will open for you, or anything, whatever the others tell. Guru Sahib said, go, spread the fragrance. Go, serve the humanity. Go, lessen the pain in the world. Go, stand for the rights of the weak people. Stand for the righteousness.
ਅਸੀਂ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰੇ ਤੇ ਕਿਉਂ ਆਉਂਦੇ?
Gurdwara kyun aande? Very good question. What did I tell Guru means firstly? Light, yes. And when we say Gurudwara, what does Gurudwara word means? Dwara is door, house, and Guru is light. So what is it, Gurudwara? Yeah, house of light, right? So that is a house of light. We come here for two reasons. Firstly, in every Gurdwara, wherever we go, that is how it becomes Gurdwara, we have a Nishan Sahib outside. Would you have Nishan Sahib outside? The flag? What does flag represents? That we as a people are sovereign, right? And this Nishan Sahib represents that anybody, any hungry, anybody needy or anything, that looks at the Nishan Sahib, he or she should know there will be shelter, there will be food, there will be protection. So that is the first, and that is why you must have seen old people with the new people we talk so many things with logic. We have started talking that faith is just dying on us. They used to just bow before the Nishan Sahib. That is a reminder that here we are, and in Ardas we say Chonkiyan Chande Bunge Jugo Juga Tal. Let it be eternal. And then when we come inside, what we do first in the Sangat? We take Matha. Before whom we take Matha? Guru Granth Sahib, right. Why we bow before Guru Granth Sahib or Matha take? Before whom we bow, where we say that we don't have enough knowledge. O Guru Sahib, you are the ocean of wisdom, right? We have to learn from you. You guide us on the life. That is what Matha Tekna means. Matha Tekna is not a ritual that we put a dollar in front and a dollar in front of the ragis and no. The Matha Tekna means we are bowing before the supreme wisdom. And then what we do? We sit in the Sangat, right? Yeah. Sangat is congregation, collective wisdom. And in Sikhism, one part is that at home we get up early, we should take shower, we should take up our Nitnem, which is a daily prayers, and then coming in a Sangat. Whenever we come, you must be even not only Darbar Sahib I mentioned for the reason as many people, even those who are not Sikhs, those who don't even understand what is being sung there, it may be UN Secretary General or it may be British Premier or it may be Canada's Prime Minister, they all say that we have some kind of spiritual experience when we are inside that. So similarly, test sometimes if you are sad, you are not in yourself and all, come and sit in the Sangat. Even if you may not be knowing much what is happening, what is being read. And when you leave, you feel a kind of tranquility, a kind of peace. The reason being that in a Sangat, which is a necessary part of Sikhism, on one hand, there is a sense of belonging. We serve if somebody is serving in the langar, now if tomorrow is Akhand Path Sahib's Bhog, look at those who are serving in the langar, somebody is cutting the vegetables, somebody is doing the other stuff. That is a symbol of participation as well. And when you help others in things, you get kind of peace in your mind. And remember one thing, in the world, all things you can collect by collecting them. But happiness is the only thing which will come to you as much as you give to others. That is the criteria. Happiness, if you try to make more money, you think that you can buy happiness with money? No. If you think you may have a big mansion, big palace, you may be happy? No. You may wear branded clothes and branded shoes and everything, you'll be happy? No. Happiness always comes from inside, and happiness is always when you give happiness to others. That is what you get back. So coming to the Gurdwara brings all those things. We have a sense of belonging. We are with many of those who are like us. And look at even most of the students now, they may be in Canada, they may be here in your universities and all. Now when they feel lonely, they are here, their families are away, they are coming to the Gurdwara, they know they will get the langar, they'll take the langar for next 3-4 days with them as well. But at the same time, Gurdwaras are a connecting, making place as well, where not only that you are connected with the Guru for the ultimate spiritual wisdom, but society-wise, we help each other. If somebody, the executive of some company sitting here, somebody in the IT sector has done, they come to the Gurdwara, they know, they help each other. So Gurdwara is an important part, important center. It's not only a religious place for just worship, as are the many religious places. It is our social, it is our even political. Whenever we have any problem, now if there is bullying or hate crime or anything else, organization, they'll come to Gurdwara, ask for help, right? So Gurdwara is very important. Indira Gandhi was the Prime Minister of India, daughter of Jawaharlal Nehru, who was first Prime Minister of India. And she, as a very notorious character, is remembered and will always be remembered in Sikh history for the reason that she was the one who ordered army troops into our most sacred place, which in Catholic parley we call Sanctum Sanctorum, Darbar Sahib, Golden Temple as popularly known. She sent troops, army into Darbar Sahib on the day of 5th Guru Arjan Sahib's martyrdom day, and Indian army killed thousands and thousands of innocent Sikhs, children as young as 2 months old, women as old as 80 years old. And that being the reason, eventually, that infuriated the whole Sikh nation. And then two brave Sikhs, Shaheed Beyant Singh and Shaheed Satwant Singh, they killed her just within months, 4 or 5 months of her ordering troops into Golden Temple. And eventually even the chief of the Indian army who led those troops, General Vaidya, was also punished for his deed. So this is Indira Gandhi's beginning and end. She was Prime Minister of India, but she became so much evil in herself, and her agenda was, of course, political, and whatever Narendra Modi today is doing to the minority Muslims and others in Delhi and other places, this is a vote-catching game. This is persecution of minorities. So similar policies were of Indira Gandhi. Yes, please.
Very nice. Good question.
When we go to school, why do we get bullied?
Huh. Yeah, it's a good question. In human nature, many things we have inherited from the animals, as even with the theory of evolution and all, how we have come to that point. So if we are a human, then the qualities, real human, then our qualities should be tolerance, love for others, helping others. But contrary to that, some of us, even we have this habit, not some other people sitting there, we ridicule others on the basis of their color or their possessions or their race, or even those who are bright students, they may look down upon with those who need help. So we should not be. If you don't like to be bullied, nobody likes to be bullied, right? And so we shouldn't be bullying either. So ours should be that we should be helping each other. And unfortunately, we as a human race has done so much wrong. Even in this country, this great country, United, we are proud that we are in this country. It has a great history, but it has dark spots in its history as well, as was slavery, as that how we treated Native Americans when our forefathers, from founding fathers, they came into this country. How we treated African Americans, like, and in the state you are, Georgia, and here your neighboring state like Alabama, and how the whole civil liberty movement began in these very states. And you should be proud that I always consider one person who belongs to this area, whose library, he had been President of United States of America. What is his name? No. Here, Atlanta.
Oh, Jimmy Carter.
Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter, a great man. Even now, even after he couldn't win the second term, he constructs a house with his own hands like a carpenter every year and gives to some needy person. So Jimmy Carter was the one who really believed. He is a very devout Christian. His mother, Jimmy Carter's mother, Lily Carter, she was the one, while she was young, she left everything, and for 5 years she went to India in a village in district Gurgaon, and helped there with the poor people. She gave, and when Jimmy Carter became president, during his visit to India, he visited that village in which her mother, as a nun, just surviving on very little, had served. So, in spite of all these noble people, still we know that in our history we have negative things, but world is getting better in some ways, and unfortunately Trump is taking some things on the other side, but that happens. But with the America, the beauty of America is that going through hiccups, still it comes back to the humanitarian values, and that is why we call it as a beacon of hope, right? America, a land of dream, and whoever dreams comes here, his or her dream gets fulfilled if somebody works hard, right? When was
Sukhmani Sahib born?
Sukhmani Sahib born? Ah, okay. Sukhmani Sahib, no, it's a good word. Born is always a good word. Sukhmani Sahib is the composition or written by 5th Guru, Guru Arjan Sahib. And Guru Arjan Sahib was 18 years old when he became a Guru on Guru Gaddi. And almost his martyrdom happened almost 22, 23 years later. So in between, as Guru Granth Sahib was completed in 1604, when it was installed in Harmandir Sahib, Darbar Sahib, Amritsar. So obviously, Sukhmani Sahib is composed by Guru Arjan Sahib, and its writing time must be somewhere between 1590 and afterwards. But it is a part of Guru Granth Sahib, which was installed in 1604. In almost all the cultures, have you seen the Pope of Vatican? Do he have something on his head? Have you seen the rabbis of Jews? They also cover their head, right? And even Muslim imams of mosques, they also tie turban or their special cap. So in our culture of the East, where all these major religions are born, in the Middle East or in the South Asia, covering head is a symbol of respect. And when we come to, as for the sakes of our turban is our crown, we have to tie turban, as we keep we keep hair unshorn and untrimmed beards. So for us it is necessary to be with the turban, but those who don't wear turban even, we have to cover our head in respect. So this is more or less in all religious traditions a symbol of respect to the elders, as well as in our own homes we see when any elder person used to come, our mothers or our daughters or our sisters, they used to come, even if they are working, they don't have their dupatta on their head, they want to make sure to cover their head. This is for respect to the others. Why do we seva? As I said earlier, when you help others, when we say seva means service. And there are two kinds of services. One is paid service. When we go to a store or to another place, they come, but they are paid for it. And in the Gurdwara, what we do is selfless service. When we say, as we don't get paid, rather we help others. So doing seva, it may be in the langar, it may be to see chadra vachha rahe ho, it may be to see jode sambhal rahe ho. That all gives you happiness, that you are doing, or langar ch varta rahe ho, that you are helping others. So seva is very important part of Sikhi, as that gives you humility. When now, on one hand, we have what kind of pride, that we don't even consider a man as a person or as a person. But once we are outside asking somebody's shoes, putting it there, we are imbibing humility. We are showing, oh, even the shoes we are taking care of in some gurdwaras, in some places, and this is what the outsiders have said about Darbar Sahib when they go. They said when we gave our shoes to be stored there, when they went for the darshan, we came back, they were polished. There are people, those who are doing selfless service, and that impresses them very much. So this is for humility, and that is for our